Most people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for motivation to magically appear, waiting for the right circumstances to finally take action. But here's what I've learned. The perfect moment? It never comes. If you're always waiting, life will pass you by. What actually changes your life is what you do consistently. It's the small, repeatable actions you build every single day. It's your habits. Today, I want to share 7 simple habits that completely changed my life. Habits that made me more productive, habits that shifted my mindset, habits that actually stick. Let's get started. Habit number 1, the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, I do it immediately. No overthinking, no waiting, no saving it for later. Simple things like replying to a text, washing a dish, sending a quick email, paying a small bill. Before this habit, I used to let these little tasks stack up. It didn't seem like a big deal at the time, but I'd end up with 20 tiny tasks draining my mental energy. Here's why this works. Psychologists call it decision fatigue. The more small decisions you put off, the more they clutter your mind. By knocking out 2-minute tasks right away, I keep my mental space clean. It feels like I'm constantly clearing the runway for bigger, more important things. Ask yourself, how many tiny tasks are you putting off right now? Start small. Complete them immediately. That momentum compounds. Habit number 2, daily morning planning. Every morning, before checking emails, before social media, I write down my top 3 priorities for the day. Not 10, not 15. Just 3 things that, if completed, would actually move me forward. I used to write massive to-do lists, and by the end of the day, I felt like I was spinning my wheels. Busy, but not productive. When I switched to focusing on just 3 priorities, everything changed. Here's why. The human brain can only truly focus on a few meaningful things at a time. A long to-do list tricks you into thinking you're productive. But focusing on 3 core priorities forces you to make real progress. What are your 3 priorities for today? Are you working on them? Or are you just reacting to distractions? This habit gave me clarity, purpose, and direction every morning. Habit number 3, embracing boring consistency. I used to wait for motivation to hit me. I thought successful people woke up every day feeling inspired. But the truth is, they don't. Neither do I. Success is not about being excited every day. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. I started working on my goals every single day, even when I didn't see fast progress, especially on the days it felt boring. That's when it clicked. The boring days matter the most. That's where the growth happens. There's even a study that shows people who build automatic routines succeed faster because they don't rely on fleeting motivation. I ask myself, am I chasing excitement or am I committed to consistency? Consistency always wins. Habit number 4, digital minimalism. I didn't realize how addicted I was to my phone until I started tracking my screen time. Endless scrolling, constant notifications, pointless apps. I cut the noise. I deleted apps that weren't serving me. I turned off almost all notifications. Now, when I pick up my phone, I do it with purpose. The average person checks their phone over 90 times per day. That's 90 interruptions, 90 chances to lose focus. When I removed digital clutter, I unlocked hours of focus I didn't know I had. Take a second and ask, how much of your phone time is intentional? How much of it is just automatic distraction? Freeing myself from digital noise made my mind quieter, my focus sharper, and my days more productive. Habit number 5, the 80% rule. I used to obsess over making everything perfect, but chasing perfection slowed me down and filled me with fear. So I let go. Now, I aim to finish things at 80%. 80% is good enough to move forward. Perfection is usually just fear wearing a different mask. I've learned that real growth happens when you launch, test, adjust, and keep moving. There's a Japanese concept called wabi-sabi, which is about embracing imperfection and incompleteness. I think about that often. Are you waiting for perfect? Or are you ready to move at 80%? I choose progress over perfection every time. Habit number 6, learning to say no. I used to say yes to everything, every invitation, every project, every opportunity, even when it didn't align with my goals. But every yes is a no to something else. When I realized this, I started protecting my time like it was my most valuable asset, because it is. Now, if something doesn't align with my core priorities, I politely decline. Not because I'm rude, but because I know what I'm building matters. Warren Buffett once said, "The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything." What are you saying yes to right now that you should probably let go? Saying no gave me back my time, my energy, and my focus. Habit number 7, making health non-negotiable. When I was younger, I thought productivity was all about working harder and longer. I burned out. I lost energy. Now I know your health is your fuel. I made daily movement, quality sleep, and real food non-negotiable. Not because I wanted to look good, but because I wanted to feel good. When you feel strong, you think more clearly. When you have energy, you show up better. Studies prove that people who exercise regularly have higher cognitive function, better memory, and more consistent energy levels. So ask yourself, are you trading your health for short bursts of work? Or are you building a body that can support your long-term goals? Your health is not a side project, it's the foundation. Let's quickly recap the 7 habits that changed my life. 1. The 2-minute rule. 2. Daily morning planning. 3. Boring consistency. 4. Digital minimalism. 5. The 80% rule. 6. Learning to say no. 7. Making health non-negotiable. You don't need to adopt all 7 right now. Start with 1. Start small. But start today. Because your habits shape your future. Your future is built by what you do consistently, not by what you plan to do someday. If you found this valuable, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more, and drop a comment sharing which habit you're starting with. Let's build better habits together.